And welcome to Music Industry City's kickoff, where we offer up tips about what's important to have a successful career and get you motivated for the week ahead. I'm Peter Schwinge, and joining me today is my fellow co-host Ayesha Adamo. If there's something you'd like to chime in about, let us hear your thoughts in the comments below. So, let's see what is on the agenda for today. We're not going to talk about that. That was the intro. Yeah, a couple interesting things here. Why your social media is killing your career and why you shouldn't be afraid to be who you are. So just to give you a little update, Ayesha came over from Tuesday Talkies, which is at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Tuesday Talkies, what we're doing is we're adding on some extra guests. So we wanted to bring Ayesha over to the Monday kickoff. So for some motivation, some from ideas, concepts, thoughts, like how to have a really successful career and life. So and what I'll be doing is kind of just coming in with something to think about. And it's just more about opening up that mindset to say like, hey, you know something, maybe I want to try something a little different. So, take these as just some suggestions and, join the conversation. At any point, you can like throw a comment in. Many times what we'll do is we'll catch up at the end of the show or after the show, but, we're going to be starting to do more engaging conversations. So, let's really kind of just get to it then. So, with all the noise that is going on around COVID, protests, elections, and everything else, you may have missed catching The Social Dilemma, which is airing right now on Netflix, and it's worth the watch. The film explores the rise of social media and the damage it has caused to society, focusing on its exploitation of its users for financial gain and through surveillance capitalism and data mining. How it's designed is meant to nurture an addiction, to use in politics, and its effects on mental health and its role on spreading conspiracy theories. The main item in that description I'd like to discuss with you today is its effect on mental health. First and foremost, for many, social media is probably your biggest distraction from achieving your goals and success. We're all guilty of spending too much time scrolling through our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and every other feed. But what are you actually looking for? Are you looking for a particular image or video of one of your friends just so you can hit that like, heart, or whatever icon of acknowledgement? While you're scrolling through at high speeds, have you actually stopped to see what's in your feed? I bet you'll see a lot of complaining, negativity, toxicity, false information, or worse, posts that don't have any context. And what I mean by that is your friends who post statements such as, ugh, another one of those days, or even, seriously? These posts are like diet soda, empty calories. They serve no purpose to you, only to them. I'm not saying don't be there for your friends, but you are fully aware of which friends like to just complain about nothing on social media. And they are the ones distracting you from focusing on your goals. There's plenty of this out there, and constant complainers about everything is terrible, and this is wrong, and that is wrong, and on and on and on. You know who they are. Many of these people aren't even your close friends, simply people you have acquired on your social media over years of clicking confirm. You have to assess if these people are worth the time of having in your feeds. There are different categories of friends. There are people whom you are close with in real life. There are the fun people that you go out with, but not too much more. They're the ones that may be from another activity in your life, running group, book club, music fans, and the like. You have the power to take control of what you see in your feed and the effects it has on your mental health. Think about this for a moment. What do you think is more healthy to your mindset? To be trapped in a room with people complaining and yelling and talking crazy, and you keep running around looking for more people talking about things and seeing pictures that everyone is holding up, or being somewhere else where there are people having positive, intelligent conversations about topics that you care about, topics that will help you succeed, helpful information that isn't distracting you from your goals, things that help you to have a more successful and enjoyable life. I'm not saying social media is bad by any means. There's a lot of wonderful things about social media. But you have to remember The companies are only focused on keeping you on their platform so they can sell more advertising and products. They don't care about the content in your feed. And they have years and years and tons of data to extrapolate and create new ways to keep you coming back. And that's why you keep going back. And we will go back. But it's up to you to clean up your feeds to have a more positive experience. I've recently begun cleaning up my feed by unfollowing quote unquote friends. It's not that I don't ever want to communicate with them, but their posts don't align with anything that is important to my life and career. And that's fine. I may enjoy hanging out with them, but don't need to see their life story every day. It takes a little while to change the algorithm, but you can do it by starting today with 3 simple steps. I'll just keep them really quick. Step 1, step away from the comments. There are so many times you might want to chime in with a snarky response or to correct someone in a post. Just don't. Don't waste your time and energy. You've all seen the dumpster fire of the comments section. Is that doing anything to advance your career? It's the biggest waste of time to argue with someone on the internet. And there is never, ever a winner. Step 2. Take 1 to 2 posts a day that you feel are negative or of no value to you. Click the 3 dots or whatever it is and select either hide post, unfollow, or snooze for 30 days. See what happens over time. And third is something I like to call repeal and replace. I'll put money down that many of the people you follow on Instagram are the same people you follow on Facebook and other platforms. Why are you doing that? Most people post the same content on both platforms, so you're seeing the same stuff over and over. So let's repeal. Remove all the people, pages, businesses from your social platforms that you don't have use for anymore, that are duplicates or that are creating noise in your life. And replace. Spend some time researching and following accounts that are aligned with your goals. If you do this every day for 2 weeks, see how your timeline changes for the better. You'll also notice old people showing up in your feed again that you may have forgotten about, and the influx of new content will be refreshing. So, to summarize, let's remove negative and toxic people from your timeline, accept people you only know you want in your life, and accept people in each platform that matches its purpose. For example, you don't need to accept every personal friend on LinkedIn. It's a business platform. Find inspirational accounts that align with your goals, and finally remember this: who and what you follow has a tremendous effect on your mindset. I'm Peter Schwinge, and that's something to think about. So, Ayesha, how are you?
Hey. I am good.
So
yeah,
welcome.
I completely relate to what you're talking about curating your feed. I mean, definitely worth doing a bit of that. Always a bit of pruning helps.
Yeah, and it's just the simple little things. It's those people that you know that are just always complaining. If you take and you wonder why sometimes you might feel in a mood or something. It's like, I mean, there's some that you can't avoid. Okay, you know, politics, elections, you're going to find that everywhere. You can't avoid it, even if you tried. But there are things that you can control. So
totally.
Yeah. So, welcome to the Monday Kickoff, the first episode.
I know, this is great.
So glad to have you over here, and we're going to be, bringing on guests and stuff over time. And it's like there's a lot to talk about, and I know you wanted to kick off the first one, about making career choices, and your title is you say, "Don't be afraid to be who you are," and well, one of the things you're talking about is as creative, we make artistic and career choices every day that guide the course of where we hope to fit in within the industry. And feeling strong in who we are can be the best guide we have in making the choices that are truly right for us and our own unique path. So when you sent that to me, I was like, this is really interesting, and what a great way to kick off. So let's let you ride with it. All right?
Yeah. So, I think is going to see us. And sometimes as creatives, we need to remind ourselves that It's okay to say no to some of the opportunities that come our way. In a field like ours, where opportunities are sometimes slim, a lot of performers and creatives find it hard to do that with good reason, because sometimes you just don't know when the next gig is coming, or what this relationship could mean for your business. It's hard to say no sometimes, but it's really important that we do. Because sometimes, I'm sure we've all had the experience of saying yes to something that we really wish we didn't say yes to. And then you learn the hard way that that is something you do not want to do the next time. I think really the core, though, of knowing how to say yes and no and where to draw the line to things comes from really understanding ourselves, really understanding what we present as an artist and in our life. Like, what are we doing here on the planet? The closer you can get to that core, the easier it is to make decisions like these. So many of the right choices for ourselves come from really knowing who we are and what our creative work is all about. The more we connect with what's at the core of why we create and why we make music, the more we really get clear on the nature of the type of art we're putting into the world and the characteristics, the specific characteristics of our message, the clearer our decisions about opportunities coming our way become. Because as we get to know ourselves, we begin to grow stronger in this spine. It's like we grow a spine for our creative work, and the rest of our body of work can flow around that. The stronger we are in that spine, the more strongly we can stand up when we do need to gently but firmly decline on things and run things by our filter and see if they work for us or if they don't. The more we have a clear litmus test, the better it is for us, because we have clear results and we know what fits for us and what doesn't. So this also, of course, applies to our personal existence as well as our creative work. The more we know, the more clear it becomes. So this also, and I don't want to get too woo-woo, but like when people talk about the universe aligning around the thing that you're trying to create, I mean, this is a part of that, because the first step in the universe aligning around your path and those energies supporting your path is you knowing what that path is. And you have a hand in that, in the way that you make decisions. The way that you make decisions coming from that core helps all the energies around you to align. I mean, you're a participant in the universe in that way. But okay, maybe that was a little too woo-woo for everyone. The next step, of course, is having the awareness to be able to listen to your gut about things, to know and to feel into when something is hitting you not quite the right way. But of course, all that awareness and gut trusting is kind of useless if we don't have a core to compare it to. It's kind of like in science. In an experiment, you have the control and the variable. If you don't have the control of the experiment, the variable means nothing. You can't tell what the difference is between this new change and the original. So you need to have that core, and you need to have it be steadfast. That's the thing that guides us, like our North Star in our careers. So this week, as always, I want to invite you to know yourself more deeply. This is something that will serve you throughout your life. It's always a great investment. And as you get to know that self, think about it in terms of your creative career. Think about it in terms of the people and opportunities in your life, where they fit in, where they might not fit in. Even like you just mentioned with your social media, that's a place where you can look into this stuff too and see what fits with your core and what's really not rubbing it right. So I hope you'll check that out this week.
Oh, that's great. I like the what fits with your core. It's kind of just, there's that saying, like, you are kind of like who you surround yourself with. And, there's perception. Yeah. And but that works in everything. It's, if you are in, you're doing something on social media and you're behaving a certain way, then people are going to perceive you as this. And then you're like, yeah, but I'm not really like that. Well, then show us who you are. Be Like, and that's the other thing is, what you're talking about is don't be afraid to be who you are, because a lot of people try to hide. So they're like, well, they might not like me. And you know something? People aren't going to like you. There are
Yes,
people that aren't going to
that's
like you. They're going to people that like you.
a wonderful topic. Yes, I mean, I could maybe next week we'll be talking about that. That is a whole topic. And if people don't like you, that's actually great. It's reaffirming that you have something clear. You have a clear spine for people to not like. You're presenting something clear. So it's a good thing. Do it.
Hmm. Exactly. You're not going to, you can't please everybody all the time, but you can certainly piss off somebody in no time. So,
Absolutely.
all right, Ayesha, thank you so much. This is a great first episode, and I look forward to next week. All right,
Thank
and everybody else, thank you so much. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. If you have thoughts, comments below, thank you, Ayesha, again for joining us. We'd love to hear any comments you have. Just you can also find us at musicindustrycity.com and on your favorite podcast player. So that's going to be it, and have a rockin'